Hey guys, this is going to be a short review of Legend of Success Joe for the Neo Geo MVS. This is an original copy of the game that I'm playing here. This is a Neo Geo game that is often overlooked or dismissed in reviews that I've read, and it's one that I kind of bought into that at first too, and thought, well, that game must be no good, but the game appealed to me, at least visually. It kind of reminded me of Rocky. I'm a big Rocky fan. So I got the game a while ago, and I have really enjoyed this game. I've played this game as much as many of the other Neo Geo games or other video games that I play. It's kind of a hybrid beat-em-up slash boxer. You have about 10 stages, and about 5 of the stages are these boxing matches against one of your rivals, young Joe Yabuki. And the other 5 are kind of these short side-scrolling beat-em-up stages where you fight these other thugs, and in between the stages, you get little cutscenes that kind of tell the story, and this is based on an old Japanese manga. You have 3 knockdowns before it's a game over. Now, where I started the game here, I already had 1. And so the game is kind of a mixture, again, like I said, of a beat-em-up and a boxer. And Joe uses all types of boxing maneuvers. He can sway, he can block, he can throw uppercuts like I just did to that guy. You have pretty cool cutscenes that play in between the boxing matches or after you knock out one of your opponents. There's an option to turn on the blood, like you saw on Joe's face there, in the dip switch settings, which is pretty cool. The game, graphically speaking, obviously is not as good as a lot of the other Neo Geo games. It's a bit clunky looking. I, however, like the graphics. It's if you don't worry about comparing the game to other Neo Geo games, because it really can't compare. If you just look at the game for what it is, then to me, I like the big colorful characters in the game. And here's one of the side-scrolling segments here. I like the look of the game, so that's sometimes a criticism of the game, and it's fair when you're comparing, but if you're just taking the game again for what it is, then it's pretty good. So this guy may knock me out. But it's the reason I started playing this game initially, beyond just my interest in it and wanting to know if it was as bad as everything I'd ever read, and then finding that for me, after some time, it wasn't. I wanted to get on the high score screen. This is one of those games, I got 50,000 there, where your score resets every time you continue. So that makes a really challenging game, and the high score screen is like a top 10 screen. Then you have to get over 100,000. So my goal was to get over 100,000 and get as far into the game as I can. And while I was learning to play the game and kind of learning how it worked, it really became an enjoyable experience for me. If you want to try something different, something that a lot of other people, I don't know, other than me, would probably have negative things to say about it, and I can see that side of it for somebody who didn't have the patience for the game, and it is a game that does require patience. But if you want to try something different that may not be as bad as you initially thought, then I would recommend Legend of Success Joe, and particularly if you kind of like Rocky. At least to me, the manga came out in the 70s, I believe, before the Rocky movie series, but it is at least kind of reminiscent of that. So for no other reason, if you want a game that kind of has a similar feel to Rocky, then this one is it. But anyway, guys, that's basically it. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. I've done a couple of other Neo Geo short reviews if you want to check them out. But I hope you have a great day, and God bless.